Alright, ready and sorted to go. Leisure time is over for now. Check's all done, head back down at the same place, park in the same spot. Wait for everyone to turn up, because I'm going to be getting there slightly before my pick-up time of 4 o'clock in the afternoon. There's a bit of a drop off there. Right, can we get out there today without being messed around? Big old gap. Yes, we can. Cool. Head back down to where we were. It's daylight this time, so I've got a bit better chance of not going the wrong way. As you may or may not be able to hear on the cameras, and the signs have said, there are some strong winds around in Madrid today. Not where I was parked, but there certainly is down here. It's a lot easier when it's daylight, and I know what I'm doing. Don't go that way. It's not the way to go. N13 is what we want, which is this one, not that one. So far, so good. I've managed to avoid one of 2 mistakes so far today. Although there is opportunity to make more. A2 Zaragoza. I think this is the way. Don't mess up a junction that we got right the first time. There's the spiral bit, yeah, the spiral bit. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Getting close. There was a little slip road, wasn't there? That looked unassuming, but it was the one we actually wanted. That one down there, is it? Yeah, it must be this one. There's the Marriott. No idea what this event was or was about. I just took a load of gear in and now I'm pulling it out a day and a half later. And my first on site was the other truck beating me today. I appear to be the first, unless that's him there. Is that a different one? That's a rigid. Okay, okay. We'll stop here for now, wait for him to finish, do what he needs to do, and then when it's clear, I'll get on. Oh, he's empty, so he's loading out first, is he? Most of the decking and set pieces out, I think. That's it, I think. Just pull the unit off the front to get ready to put the ramp away underneath later. Right, unloaded. The guy in front needs to load. That ramp might need moving slightly. It makes life a bit easier, but yeah, I'm going to back up because apparently his ramp's absolutely useless. So they're going to borrow my one for a bit. Fit through there. Got a chance it, are you? You're just going to bring the ramp down to me then once you're done, yeah?
I think I can just about get 20 of them to carry it to you.
Yeah, okay. Well, if you can chivvy them up along then. Okay. Alright, I'm done. I suppose I'll have a break then, shall I? Since I'm waiting for him now. Shall I have dinner, since it's taken nearly 3 hours to do? It would have been nice to have been done by 6, but that was always optimistic with the quality of this crew. So he's going to borrow my ramp because my ramp's longer, so it produces a shallower angle to load stuff. Because we've got a couple of trailers like that with really short ramps, and it just makes it so steep, especially with the heavy ones like cable trunks. All that metal in the wires makes them incredibly heavy, like 200-300 kilos. And because this trailer's ramp holder's so awkward, they want to chuck it into the back if they can tonight, which is fine by me. Right, it's my anti-immigrant check sheet done. Write me seal on the CMR as well. Trailer is padlocked, loaded, checked. Everything looks good. Keys are there. I'll just go put this on and we'll head off to Burgos. Bit of aircon, everything else is good. Off we go. 2-3 hours up the road to Burgos. Last bit of truck spotting before we leave back into France. Best you can see in France is they run 20-foot containers as a B-double. So you have 2 little mini trailers, and that's about as best you get in France. Well, that's more than the UK though. Don't forget, turn left. There we go, A2 Zaragoza. Not quite what we want, but this will do for the moment. A1. Kind of Zaragoza, but not. It's a strange setup, having to get on the 3rd lane. There we go. I definitely don't want to head towards Valencia. There's a very familiar looking mountain. Where have I seen that one before? It's nearly at these services where I stopped on the first day. Did have someone comment on Facebook, I think, wherever it was. I couldn't remember the name of it earlier. It's El Cancho del Aguia or something like that. Aguia. El Cancho del Aguia. Something like that. Hostel and restaurant. It's not a proper services, it's its own little thing, but it's on the edge of town, so you can walk into town. There's restaurants and things in town. You can have a 45 there because it's got a hostel on site, and then you'll probably have access to the Wi-Fi and whatnot. It does open quite late though, the restaurant bit. It's not till like 8 o'clock at night. But the bar is open all day, and then there's snacks and things behind the counter. I had an empanada, chicken one, pollo. The weather's taken a bit of a turn. At least it's nice and cold. Certainly a change from this morning, or this afternoon even. Lots of lights way off in the distance there. I don't know if that's Burgos or if it's just the town right in front of us. Probably the town right in front of us. But we're not far away. So parking up at Burgos, we get 24 off. Not because Spain is the issue. It's because France is the issue. The old driving ban on a Sunday. It has already started. It's 10:15. I'll sit out until Monday morning, because we're in no rush to get back. I think there's a ban in Spain on certain roads for ADR, but I've got no idea what or when that is, because I don't do ADR, so it's not something I really worry about. And if you're wondering why not just get the ferry then from Santander or Bilbao up to Portsmouth and skip out France altogether, that's because I've heard, I don't know if it's for definite, but I've heard a figure of about £1,500 for a truck on that ferry. So it's just as cheap, if not cheaper, to drive it. There we go. This is us. So many trucks are parked in. I don't think I've seen any trucks travelling in my direction tonight. Maybe one or two heading south early on, but nothing recently. Couple of trucks down there. Park in the middle there, split the difference, because there aren't going to be many more trucks on the road. And I'll stand a fair chance of getting some Wi-Fi. Get me another hit of that pure Wi-Fi. Oh, yes. Just shy of 11 o'clock. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Sit here then till Monday morning. Let's probably set off pretty early, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Crack on, do a full 10-hour drive. That'll get me a fair way up towards Calais, and then that gives me a nice easy shot to the boat. So yeah, not much to do. I shall sit, chill for a day, see what the restaurant, the shop have to offer. Do I have dinner now? It's quite late, isn't it? But I haven't had much for a while. I'll have a sandwich, I suppose. Don't know if much is going to be happening. Probably not much tomorrow. So more likely I'll see you Monday. If not, see what I'll get up to tomorrow. Thank God that's over. We can get on the road again. Although there's no rush, because I've got 4 days to do a 3-day journey. But the sooner we get back to the UK, the sooner I can stop the clock on me 90 days. What are these? Wet wipes and some lollies. You always get something when you fuel up in Spain. Lollies and wet wipes today. I've been given bottles of water, some sort of anti-bac spray during COVID I was given. The best one is a fuel station in Barcelona. They give you money. Yeah, I forget what it was now. Something like 3 cents for every litre of fuel you fill up with. So obviously, the more you fill up, the more money you get given. Nice and early though. Do a nice long full day. I reckon that'll get us up somewhere near Tours, and then we can cross over the next day after that. So, still the same services. I've just filled up first before kicking off the day's events. There's no point really filming me driving 100 yards from the parking to here. But anyway, I've managed to finish off the final part of Copenhagen, so that's all ready to go now. Just need to upload parts 3 and 4 before part 2 comes out. Part 1 came out yesterday. People like it apparently. You're all mad. Crack on a nice old distance today. I do a full 10-hour drive. 12 hours puts me up about 5 odd o'clock, just over 5 o'clock this evening, so that's why we're starting so early today. And gives us a good chance of getting a parking space this afternoon. Very nice glow in the morning. A silhouette of the mountains behind it. Go for quite a distance. mountains that were on the horizon are now right in front of me. We're driving through them. There's a few tunnels here and there. We did have signs for France, they've disappeared now. Signs for Donostia, San Sebastian have appeared. Donostia being the local Basque language for San Sebastian. Last services before the border, so I didn't fill up this morning, it would have been here. What's the price? 163. It's the most expensive one I've seen this morning. Lucky we filled up this morning then. First thing, could have got ripped off by 5p a litre, 5 cents a litre. I was quickly reading up on it the other day. Apparently earlier this year, the start of 2024, the EU have begun, or they have passed some rules that makes it easier to get bigger trucks on the road. So we may be seeing bigger trucks on the road in the future, who knows? Whether that includes the UK or not, I don't know, because we are not part of the EU anymore, obviously, are we? There we go, across the river, Bouche of France. I will cheekily pull over to the side here. And check into France. The customs people, okay. Are we going to get stopped today? Bonjour. C'est moi, yeah. Merci. Au revoir. Hey, yeah. Right. Now I've got a standing start up this massively steep hill. Just coming up on 4 hours. Perfect. And here's a rest stop. About an hour south of Bordeaux, making good progress. Lovely. Should be a fair way up France today. Right on the end here. Just let this guy go first, since they were looking to leave. And then we'll come parking here. That'll do there. Sticker on brake. Have a 45 and crack on another 3 hours down the road. Can you tell that I've descended in altitude a bit? There we go. Right. Ready to rock and roll. Can't see no one in the mirror because it's at the wrong angle. But there is someone coming. A crane. More to it really. It's going to be a pretty cruisy day. Just in 4 hours we'll do another 3. It takes us to 7 and that gives us 3 to finish off with. 8, 10, 17 minutes. We'll see if that's true. It's been a bit busy on the lead up to Bordeaux, and it's now suddenly come to a halt again. Eating into my time a little bit. But if we can just get around here to the A10, it should go back to being smooth as you like, plain sailing. Yes, as expected, it is a little bit busy around Bordeaux. Lovely, cruising along nicely, 3 hours done. Let's have another stop then, shall we? Call it 45 minutes, have lunch, and crack on the last little bit and find a services somewhere. Parking for cars up there. Parking for trucks here. Is there any other spaces apart from that one? Not really. I'll just pretend there's one next to this truck. Since it's annoying me so much, I'm going to find out what the old payer, or however you pronounce it, is. Toll, P-E-A-J-E, yep. So what's it sound like? Peaje. 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 There's more syllables in it than I was thinking there was going to be. Peaje. 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 Peage. Peaje. Okay. That's a Spanish lesson of the day. Oh dear. More bureaucracy. Haulier permit system. So apparently operation in Brock has been running quite a bit this year, and numerous people have been jumping the queues, either going down the non-export lane, jumping all the queue, or coming up over the M2 and round that way into the port. So they're cracking down on it by adding more bureaucracy rather than doing what Calais did and build a whole new terminal to increase capacity. You know, like the sensible thing to do. So yeah, rather than expand Dover port and invest in it, they're just going to add more bureaucracy, more things, more hoops to jump through for us, and then fines and things as well if you don't comply. Yay! How the new permit system work. When Dover TAP is activated on the A20, permits will be issued to Port of Dover bound freight drivers at the front of the Operation Brock queue. Is that electronic or physical? It doesn't say. Permits checking. Hauliers will then have to leave the A20 at Courtwood Interchange at the junction of the A20 and B2011, where their permits will be checked. If they have complied, they will be allowed to re-enter TAP queue on the A20 and continue on their onward journey to the port. Put simply, if hauliers have not followed the correct route through Brock and do not have a permit, they will not be able to access the port of Dover. What are the implications if hauliers don't comply? When Operation Brock is activated, the statutory instrument legislation comes into force, which identifies the prescribed routes for the freight to access the Port of Dover and Eurotunnel. Freight which diverts from the prescribed routes face the potential of a financial penalty issued by the police or DVSA, of course. Why spend money when you can rake it in? Of course. Hauliers will need a unique permit for every journey they make to the port, and can only be obtained at the front of Brock. So it's a bit like a reworked version of the Kent access permit, isn't it? Which was a stupid idea as well, and they got rid of that pretty quickly. Might be in danger of having to put shorts on again. Let's Getting a bit toasty this afternoon. So, final stint, 2 hours 56 drive time remaining. See where we end up. Try and get parked in proper services, because I could do with buying a couple of bits of food this afternoon. Didn't get pulled over there, one guy did. The one at the front. That red truck there. With the black curtains. Coming up to proper services, the only one for about miles around, I think. I've stopped at this one before previously. I remember looking around, there wasn't anything else nearby, so it's just this or it's nothing. So we'll take this one. Being early evening, there should be spaces, although when I stopped here last time it was for the Sunday ban and there was loads of spaces even then. Give that a look, see if I'm far enough back. That's pretty decent. I'll just squeak it back another foot or so. There, that'll do. Just gone 5 o'clock, 3 minutes of driving left, 525 miles. Not bad. I don't think it's quite a record though. I think my personal best I managed a few months ago was 527 miles. Not far off though. So I'm gonna clock off in a few minutes, study the map, make a plan of what I'll do, how long it's going to take. It's about 7-8 hours up there from here, I think, to Calais. And then park up at the train, or see if I can get the ferry, because I've still got half a day's duty time to cross once I get there. Should be doable, I think. See what the traffic looks like tomorrow, and then we'll make a plan. That's what I think we'll do.